Hello, and welcome to the Hooligan and the Harridan podcast. I am your co-host, Anna Marie Oakes-Joudy, otherwise known as AM Strength on the Instagrams. Here with my...
Or the Harridan.
Also the Harridan. I'm here with my co-host, who just had a birthday yesterday.
I did. I'm like, what, 22? 82? What?
42? 22 plus 20? Sure.
Plus 20. Carry the one.
Divide by.
Cheers to me.
What is your name?
Oh.
Who are you?
You know what? I'm going to continue the theme of the show in my other podcast, which is how many times I get told how young I look.
Oh, by who?
By everybody.
People when they need glasses?
What? I mean, he was 80, but.
Who told you you look young?
A few people at church today. They asked how old I was. And I said
old
42. They're like, well, you know, you want to laugh? They said, you don't look 42. I said, thank you. And they said, well, I guess all that health and fitness stuff apparently works.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
And I said, yeah, apparently.
People act that way when we tell them how old we are, kind of in general.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to be 40.
No, I'm not.
In July, you will.
Yeah, not right now.
I didn't say tomorrow. I said you're going to be 40.
In 9 months. So slow your roll.
It's coming.
Buddy.
Well, yeah, anyway. It's going to sound a lot more gurgly like when I'm about 80. No, it's a deeper. Just like there's a fur ball.
Chewbacca.
We just half the people listening to the show just turned it off.
Like, what the heck is going on?
What am I listening to?
These people think they're funny.
Oh, this is good.
Give me.
This is so Travis and Keisa brought these yesterday.
It's Reed's ginger beer.
Craft Ginger Mule. This is dangerous.
Yeah,
it's like ginger candy, but it's got alcohol in it. There's no sugar, so that's good. So it's healthy for you.
So it's healthy for you. Oh, that is good. Man. I like that.
Yeah.
It's not too sweet.
All right. I want to start a new segment to our show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's things our kids did that piss us off this week.
Oh, gosh.
It's a place to vent.
The things our kids did that piss us off this week. Just this week? What did you start?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's your idea. No, so you start. No, they're not going to listen to it.
No, we can talk. No, you know what? I think saying it like kids pissing you off, it goes back to what we always talk about, which is just you taking it personal.
Choosing to take it personally. Yeah.
So, but no, I think they've gotten better overall, like on the yelling and the screaming stuff. I think so. Yeah. Oh, this past week was just a little chaotic.
A shit show.
It wasn't a shit show.
We had the week off.
We were pretty productive.
We did too much and didn't get to spend enough family time.
What did we do?
Worked.
Thanksgiving. Yeah. And then we had Thanksgiving. Yeah. And which we got to spend with the bodies.
The bodies and your brother.
Yeah. And
then Saturday, we had another Thanksgiving essentially. So I cooked Thanksgiving food twice.
That was like the real party. Like Thanksgiving was like the warm up, and then. Oh my gosh.
My stomach hurts still.
So much. I'm still laughing. I was telling Rob when he came over yesterday, because everybody was talking about how, because like especially all the people we hang out with.
Yeah.
They're all active. Everybody's from like SBG, right? Mm-hmm. And they all do jiu-jitsu and
nobody that we know from anywhere else was there yesterday.
Yeah. Well,
I should have invited Amy and Chris.
Huh?
The messengers.
Oh yeah.
We will next time.
I don't know. So we were talking about how about halfway through the meals and whatnot eating, everybody's just like, oh. I told them how you and Diana I went for like a mile walk.
Yeah.
Just to kind of get moving.
Just to move.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on my feet all day cooking on Thursday.
True.
But I just hadn't gotten to train, and I historically train on Thanksgiving because I'm going to eat food, so I might as well squat first.
That's a good point.
But I didn't train this last time because I was cooking all day because I hadn't done my prep ahead like I normally do. I got cranberry sauce made the day before and mashed potato casserole made the day before, as opposed to the pies that I like to make the day before.
Right. Well, and then I had
and the bread was already done, so that was good.
Yeah, and the best decision I made was committing with Travis to go work out the next day in the morning, like at our normal time, 6:30, which was awesome because I felt way better afterwards. So
yeah, I did train the next day too.
Yeah,
first thing.
So any have you heard or you yourself have any kind of horror stories from the last week, Thanksgiving and all that stuff? Or
with the kids?
Just in general. I think it went pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's just like, I don't look at it as horror stories. It's just day to day with children that are in different developmental stages.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's just very, very little sleep.
Yeah.
Because we had sick kids for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, kind of rotated
going into and then this last week we had no school. So the schedule was not like its normal, more regimented way. And so then the kids had more time to antagonize each other.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How's the class going? The strength class?
Good.
Yeah. Enjoying it?
I am. I like coaching in person. I have always, as long as I've been a strength coach, even before I got either of my certifications, I've done online coaching, but I've also done concurrently in-person coaching. I really enjoy in-person work because the limit with online work is that you cannot, it depends, but usually you can't adjust it in the moment. Mm-hmm. And if somebody doesn't understand, you have to find 75 different ways to say, stick your chest out and pull your shoulder blades back. So that somebody will understand, and somebody who doesn't they're like, I don't know what you mean by that, or they'll shrug into their ears, or they'll roll their shoulders forward, or whatever. When you're in person, you can take your hands and you can move them.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And that is nice.
The different things that people do naturally without thinking about it when they perform a lift, and then how you have to coach that and fix it and correct it. Yeah. So, I am listening to you. I am just pulling up the questions and the answers we have for our topic of the day.
I am going to be running a new strength cycle in January. This one ends the Tuesday before Christmas. The next one will start the second Tuesday after. Yeah. It'll be an 8-week cycle.
Good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I have to start promoting that. But
cool.
Yeah.
All right. You want to just jump right in?
Let's do it.
Yeah. I feel like we're a little flat.
It's because it's Sunday afternoon.
After Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving and your party.
And the party. Yeah. That was fun. I want to talk about that real fast. That was a blast. It was good to get together with our friends that we hadn't gotten together with outside of the gym in a little while. Yeah. So it's good to see John and Mr. Boone. And
you made a delicious brisket again.
I did.
It was so good.
There's still some left.
There is?
There is. It's a plate.
Oh, well, I'm eating it. Dibs.
I mean, it's gone. No, there's not left. Still look in the back of the fridge.
Dibs. The last day to eat meat. Dibsing it.
So, no, it was fun. It was, had a real good time. It was just enough people, but not just totally chaotic.
And there was tons of kids.
Yeah.
So they played, which is good.
Right. So that was fun. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was good.
Somebody said, Travis texted me in the morning and said, happy birthday, old man. Because he's 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
And I said, if this is what old feels like, I said, I'll take it.
Sign me up.
Yep. I feel pretty good. So, all right. Let's get to
our topic of today's podcast is deepest wish you have not shared with your partner. And that was not secret that you haven't shared, but some like a deep something in your soul that you don't feel comfortable sharing with your partner, not because it's some dirty sex thing, but because it's you don't want to be vulnerable, or it's upsetting to you, or it's sad, or whatever it is. You said you got some really sex oriented ones.
I think the type of responses that you got compared to the ones that I got kind of shows how pervy my friends / followers are.
Also I did a long explanation in my stories to explain it, just because I didn't want people to just be like butt stuff,
what?
Pervy perverse.
Pervy perverse.
So I clarified.
Do you want to expand on that butt stuff?
No, I don't. I don't actually.
I can't remember who it was. If it was somebody yesterday or in jiu-jitsu, they were asking me. They're like, "Do you just throw shit out there on the podcast to make your wife uncomfortable?" I was like, "Yes, I do. That's exactly what I do." When Travis and Kesey yesterday were joking around about, we were talking about squats and stuff, and then how everybody's sore and working out, and Kesey was like, my butt, my hamstrings, and Travis was like, "Do you want me to go check your butt, make sure it's okay?" And
It's like, hey, can you join me in the bathroom for a minute?
He said, "There's a bath. Can you join me in the bathroom?"
Alex is like, "There's a bedroom." And I'm like, "No."
Me. I was like, "What? I didn't say I was taking them to the bedroom. I was just saying."
No, stop. Make it stop.
So, all right. Yeah. So anyway, I just throw shit out there just to make you laugh or uncomfortable. Because
usually it's uncomfortable, and I laugh because I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take both. All right. Okay, let's get to the topics, the responses.
The deepest wish you have not told your partner.
So you got some good ones.
I got
some pervy ones and a couple good ones. I'm going to start out with my good one I got.
Okay, you start with your good one.
Yeah, which is just a fun one.
And then at the end we can digress into the butt related ones.
Yeah. So
because I know that's what it's going to be about. I guarantee you.
That's the end of every one of our podcasts. It's just
butt stuff.
Just butt stuff.
This is why the kids
should put that on a t-shirt.
No, I'm not making that t-shirt.
I'll do it.
I will gladly make t-shirts for people with their quotes and all that stuff, but I will not do a butt stuff t-shirt.
Right. I got one I got was wanting to go skydiving jumping out of a perfectly good plane at 18,000 feet.
That was their deepest wish and they haven't told their person?
Yeah, I responded back with number one. I'm like, if that's your deepest wish and you guys are killing it or you have a really boring life. Yeah. I said number two. I said number, but knowing this person, they're doing well because he doesn't have a boring life and they do a lot.
Yeah.
Two, I responded back and told him like, dude, just tell her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's not like you said.
What's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah. It's not like
she's I'll wait for you at the bottom.
Yeah. It's not like I want to sleep with you.
You want a kiss? Come here. Careful, that's hot. Kiss. Ready?
And Phoebe, our little 3-year-old.
Love you. Go.
Okay, go back.
Oh, she's coming for you.
No, you gotta go.
She's coming for you.
Okay, watch all the wires. I feel like there's all these signs saying don't record a podcast.
Too bad. So sad we're doing it today.
Well, because we gotta put one out tomorrow.
I don't have time.
Okay, be careful. Don't touch anything. Go back.
Go on, Bubba.
No, don't touch that. Come on. Go. Careful.
So I got Alex for his 42nd birthday a Rodecaster Pro, which is this mixer that he's wanted for a long time and wouldn't get for himself. So I got it for him for his birthday and has a bunch of brightly lit buttons. And Phoebe just walked by being like, ooh,
shiny
buttons.
I was like, no.
You can see it if you're watching on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I did get a request from some of our loyal listeners that the next time we do a recording that we let them know and do a Facebook Live so that they can interact with us.
Well, I mean, I can't do it now.
Not now, but next time.
I mean, I could if we want to start over.
Next time. Because then we're going to give them like a heads up and let them know when it's going to happen so they can be on there.
Well, we'll record this week. We'll record this week and then we'll do a live. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So jumping out of an airplane.
Yeah, jumping out of an airplane. I said, why won't you tell her? Is it something... I feel like that's not something where you'd be afraid to tell your partner, or worried to tell your partner, or maybe just didn't get around to it. I told him, I was like, dude, it's not like you're trying to tell her like, hey, I want to do it with your sister, or something like that. Whoa. I'm just saying, dude, that's something you would probably be apprehensive of telling.
That's not a wish. That's a perversion.
It's the person's perversion.
Bruh.
Okay. I'm just saying, but so you saw a response to that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, hey, are you ever interested in maybe like skydiving?
Yeah.
Okay. See the difference? Yeah. That was my point.
Yeah. Yeah, but no. Doesn't need to go that like way over.
I was just making a point. So
no.
Yeah. So that was
skydiving. Jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can see. I don't know if I can see not having a hard time telling them about it. I can see the discussion being like yes, no, and there being a debate because if
your children,
you have kids, and something happens, right? Then yeah, then there's that worry, right?
Yeah,
yeah. But if you do it right, then the chances are almost like Andy says this all the time. When people ask him to take him skydiving, he's like, "Look, I'm going to tell you, I can't guarantee you're not going to die because that's going to happen." He's like, "I can't guarantee you're not going to die with me."
Aw,
yeah.
I want to go skydiving with Andy. I feel safe skydiving with Andy
because he's like quadruple checks all his equipment.
Yeah,
so yeah, super
for sure,
ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So skydiving. Okay.
Okay.
That was one.
Okay.
All right. Next one.
I'll start with a more serious one, then I can go to the funny one.
All right.
I wish he hadn't had sex with certain people because it bugs me that they know him the way I do.
Oh,
and
that's an interesting thing. I never even thought about that. I thought about things like that you want to do or things that's cool. Yeah. Okay.
And I responded back to this person because I tried to respond to everybody's so that they knew that I heard them and that I saw it.
Yeah.
But I get that. Like I know that it's probably, it seems like such an antiquated idea that you don't have sex with people before you get married because you're like, well, that was like a puritanical, like Christian kind of influence. Right. But there is something to be said. What are you doing?
Sorry. I was trying to pull up I thought I turned all the way down.
Rude person.
I know this podcast is already starting like a shit show. Go ahead. Okay. I'm pulling up the questions. That's why. Okay. I hit the wrong one.
But there is something to be said for not having tons of sex with tons of different people because then things aren't like new or exciting.
Right.
Like you don't do any, like you're like, oh, I've done this before. Yeah. You've never done it with me, but you've done it before.
Yeah.
And then like when you find your person that you super love and you're like very committed to.
Yeah.
Sometimes your like old memories can like interject themselves in your like headspace, or like you think about your person, doing the things with other people and you're like, oh, fucking bitches. And it's just, it's terrible. Even though they're not, they're probably wonderful and lovely people.
Well, especially if it's before you met.
Right. Well,
or started dating.
Yeah. But
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But if they see them on a daily basis though.
Well, I guess it would depend. Like if it's,
here's where I could work with somebody.
Here's where I could see.
If you were like in an office job with somebody that you had a relationship with,
or you're friends with them, so like, oh, we used to date.
Yeah,
and maybe back, even if it was like 5 years prior to you guys meeting.
Yeah, like I would.
You're somewhere still in the inner circle like, somewhere.
You saw this person naked. This person saw you naked. Yeah. They know where your mole is. Like,
there's more than seeing naked. So
yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, it's just like that's not special to you. It is, but it's like you're not. I don't know. It's an interesting road to navigate these days.
Well, I feel like if the person chose you, then you are special because they chose to be with you and go forward. I was very skeptical looking.
No, because there are like, oh, I choose you, and then there's actively choosing somebody.
Yeah,
there's like, oh, well, I'm in a relationship with you. Yeah. That isn't enough of choosing.
No, I'm like saying
actively
like
choosing and committing to a person to something different than just be like, well, we're in a relationship. Like
I think I'm looking at this from even though we say significant other, I'm looking at this more from like a marriage standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to get there. You got to get to the marriage standpoint. Yeah. So you have to work through some of that stuff as you go.
Yeah. I think it would be
like, it doesn't bother you.
No, I think it would be something that might be a potential issue if that person, like the other, right? The previous partner, the previous partner was in your lives on a semi-regular basis, if not a regular basis.
That would be harder.
Through whatever, means, whether it's like you work with them or you guys run in the same circles or you go to the same gym, like whatever it is, right? Or, if it's far enough along, it's like your kids are friends, right?
Yeah.
That might be interesting. Yeah.
I don't know. I think at that point, if your kids are friends, that's not as difficult, I would say, as if it's like one of the people is single and stays single and is circling in your circle.
Oh, okay. So now you're looking at it as that person's a single person still. Yeah. Okay.
Like that.
That's a different variant.
Or even just like in a relationship but not married and doesn't have kids. Like that's different. Sure. That's different than like maybe where you are in commitments.
So if like one of my exes who I slept with like moved up here, right?
It's been so long that it doesn't matter for us. You, right? Yeah. It's been so many years that it'd be like,
we've been like together almost
not even the
years.
same person. Yeah.
You slept with another guy.
Yeah, the other guy. Like, I don't even know. Like, this is not the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
Okay. You only have dirty ones left, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I told you.
Okay. So this one came. So on one, this is from a couple. One of them says, she won't put it in the butt. What?
I thought yours were not.
I only have this.
Wait. Hold on.
No, and you don't get to guess who it is.
No, I'm not guessing.
Okay.
I'm not guessing at all who it is. I'm just.
He said
she won't put it in. So she won't put it in his butt? Wait, what? Oh, no.
And then,
no.
And then she says, He won't let me put it in his butt.
Wait, she said what?
He won't let me put it in his butt.
Wait, I thought he said.
Sides of the couple. Yeah.
Wait, I thought he said she won't put it in the butt.
Yep, he did.
So he thinks she won't, and she thinks he won't let her. Mm-hmm. Are they not talking?
I don't know.
Oh, but you got a response from both? Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Oh, this is so funny. Now you have to tell me afterwards.
I will not tell you who it is. You'll never look at them. You'll never look at them.
Okay, hold on. Again. Here's the. I wish you didn't tell me that, because now I'm thinking of all our like older like relatives, like couple.
Ew.
Okay. I think this is what our kids feel like when we talk about sex.
So uncomfortable. And I got this message and I was like, I need an adult. Like, I just felt like, oh no, I know too much. I love them anyway. It's okay.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So he wants her to put something in his butt, and she wants to, but thinks he won't let her.
Yeah.
Is he saying no because he's afraid to say yes?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
You should have covered it. We established this last episode. So you need to ask follow-up questions.
I didn't want to ask that follow-up question because I didn't really want clarification.
Send it to me. I have no problem.
No, I will not do that. Okay. So there's that one.
Wait, hold on. What's your thought on this?
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
I love how red you're getting right now.
My thoughts on this are you should talk to each other and figure it out. Oh my God.
That was not the new mixer. That was Anna Marie's voice going up about 18 octaves. You're so funny. That's hilarious. See, this is why communication is important.
You should have a conversation. It's really important.
Want the same thing.
Yeah, you should just talk it out.
Maybe the argument is, you know what?
Don't do
Maybe
it.
the argument is what the object of the butt pudding
please stop
is.
It. Stop.
Maybe he wants.
Let that be the end. Let's just. Can we move on, please? Thank you so much. Thank you. No. No way. Jose.
Oh, man. Okay.
All right. So
talk to your partner.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys both want the same thing.
Talk to your partner. Communicate that to each other in a safe space.
Do they both listen?
Yeah.
They both listen?
Yeah.
So they're both going to figure this out.
Yeah.
Good.
That's why I did it.
All right. Solving problems. Bring couples closer together. That's what we do.
Another one I have is whatever he loves to cook for me most. I hate that.
Okay.
And they weren't specific here because I think they don't want the person to know.
Sure. So whatever they love cooking for me the most, I hate it.
Yeah.
So is it one of those like sunken cost fallacies where they're just like, they've told them too many times that they liked it.
Yeah.
Just don't anymore.
Like you call him Kevin too long that he's like, that's my name. Kind of thing. You know what I mean? Toby, whatever his name was.
I feel like with those things, I feel like that's the kind of stuff where you start projecting like how much, how hurt that person's going to be. When reality is it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I've made you stuff before and and you've liked it. And then
the next time it wasn't so great.
Yeah. Or you're like, I liked it. I don't want you to make it for me every time,
Yeah.
Yeah. So for
that can be applied to many things.
Yeah.
I don't want you to make it for me every time. Don't do that same thing over and over and over and over again.
We're talking about butt stuff?
No, we're talking about food.
Oh, wait. No, you're not.
Wait, no, you're not.
No, you're not. Sneaky little vixen.
Wait, what? Oh,
that's a separate subject. That can go.
All right.
Interesting. Again, communication.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's
so
one.
wait, what would your advice be on that one? I feel like it's pretty straightforward.
Tell them that you don't like it.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I don't like it anymore. Or my tastes have changed. Or can you make me something different?
Yeah. I think that's
again, it goes down to communication. And the idea that you don't communicate because you're afraid you're going to hurt someone's feelings
makes it worse.
In the long run usually leads to more hurt feelings. If you feel strongly enough about it that you're like, I hate it, then you need to say something kindly, of course. Always in kindness and love, but say something. Right.
Okay.
Here's that one that was like, oh, I am really scared I'll be a horrible wife and not meet some expectation.
So this is somebody who is engaged or just got married?
She's engaged.
She's engaged. Okay.
I followed up with her.
Okay.
And she's been married previously.
So she has? Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's some unresolved issues there.
Yeah, which I don't know that is like.
Or some trauma.
I think that sometimes we pair up with the wrong people.
For sure.
And then we kind of create narratives around ourselves that aren't true with everyone. Mm-hmm. Maybe we're horrible with that one person. Like, I was definitely not a good girlfriend to the boyfriend that I had before I met you. Like, we were not good together. Yeah. That doesn't mean I'm a terrible person or he's a terrible person. It just means that we were bad together. Yeah. Like, not good.
Right.
And I don't think that means that I'm going to be bad with everybody. I just think that means we were not meant to be together. So I followed up with her and I said, you're going to be amazing because you care enough to want to be your best. And she said that her fiance tells her all the time that like he loves her and she's good enough and she's wonderful, and he talks her down when she gets kind of spun out.
Good.
So I think they're a good combination.
Yeah. I think that's it's one of those things where you create these kind of fears of things, of like expectations. Mm-hmm. You create these expectations that you feel like you have to live up to.
Yeah.
Right. And then you haven't even talked to your partner and figured out like maybe they don't even have those expectations.
Yeah. I think you can actually talk to this a little bit better than me.
Yeah.
Because remember, like you've talked about how when we were newly married, you assumed that I expected certain things from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like wanted certain things from you, but you didn't bother talking to me about it.
Yeah. No, it's
and I was like, hello, I don't want that. That is not at all what I want. I don't care about that shit. But you didn't say it until later, right?
Yeah. I think that comes to communication from a standpoint of like what you guys are looking to, I guess, accomplish and work on, like in your marriage. It's both like in the beginning, kind of where you want to go. Because I mean,
marriage is a constant work in progress.
But also, like,
you are never done.
There's two factors. One, you have marriage where people are young and they're just starting their lives, right? Kind of where me and you were when we got married, right? Like we're two totally different people now. Yeah. 14 years later, right?
Yeah.
Then you have marriage with people that are maybe in their 30s, they're established, 40s, they have a career. They've had 3 careers, maybe they have kids, previous relationship, maybe the kids are already grown, right? So expectations are different. And I think when people are a little bit older or have had some experience, you tend to be a little bit more clear cut if you are the type of person that learns from your
mistakes,
experiences, past experiences.
I will say though that I disagree a little bit. I don't think that I think the people that are established and all that stuff, I think they still have some of the same issues.
Oh no, I agree.
I don't think that it's like relegated to how well off or not well off you are at the beginning. I think that it's the same things. It's combining a household. It's combining your lives. It's sharing the bathroom, sharing a bedroom, sharing laundry space. Like it's the sharing of space. It's the
expectations.
It's the blurring of boundaries, because you go from, in my case, I went from living by myself or having a roommate, but like, you know what I mean? Like doing my own laundry, paying my own bills, making whatever food I wanted to eat and all that stuff. And then having to go into a place where I shared space in every aspect.
Well, yeah. And you started working when you were what, like 12, 13, something like that?
I started paying taxes on my paychecks when I was 12.
Right.
I started babysitting when I was 9.
Right. So when you were, right before you gave birth to Elias, when you stopped working, that was the first time you hadn't had a job since you were like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was still doing work. I just wasn't getting paid. Right. I was working as a midwife assistant.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, I actually remember that conversation.
Yeah.
Like very, very vividly. Yeah. So it was very scary for you because you felt.
I did not like it.
No, because there was this
dependence on somebody else.
Yeah. You didn't,
and I was not comfortable with that.
Right. Yep.
I still struggle with that a little bit.
Of course.
It's gotten better.
Yeah.
Lots of years later.
Yeah. Well, and also you have a well-established career now too. So yeah. I would say the biggest thing is, number one, instead of expectations as a wife, I think the conversation needs to be like, where what are our goals in our marriage, like in our lives, right?
Yeah.
The first year, 5 years, 10 years. I mean, I hate to say it, like you almost want to look at it like a business, but to an extent, like there needs to be a shared vision of what you guys are trying to accomplish. It's kind of like your mom, like when your dad told us when we were really early on married, we were both like working hard and building things, but we were doing it separately. Like I was doing the gym stuff, and at the time you were doing the midwife schooling and doula work, and we had a couple kids, and we had these kind of separate lives.
I think we had all 4 of the kids at that point.
Did we? Maybe. But it was something where, like, from the outside looking in, one of those things where, like, financially we're doing fine, like doing well, own a business, just like all the things are clicking per se, as far as like what you would see as far as Checkup box in marriage goes, right? But we weren't really communicating well or working towards the same things together. We weren't acting as a team. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's why it's really important to have that conversation, especially early on because you have this person has this idea of what expectations of a wife is, right?
I think that can be difficult to do if you get married really young, because you're not really sure what it is your expectations are. But that's where your opportunity to grow together comes into play. Right. As long as you're open with your communication. And I think, in the Orthodox Church, they recommend like premarital counseling with your priest, where you like for months, like 6 months, I think. And I think that that's beneficial, because there are things that you talk about that you maybe are not comfortable talking about because it's part of the process. I think I think a lot of times we're uncomfortable talking about things that make us uncomfortable, obviously. Sure. So we avoid it. Yeah. And we have to lean into what's uncomfortable. We're always going to get better if we lean into what is good but uncomfortable. Right. Like, you're never going to not be better if you avoid discomfort. Yeah. I don't know if that didn't come out right. Never going to not be better. You're always going to benefit from leaning into the hardship. Yeah. Whether it's your favorite or not. Sure. Okay. All right. I have another one.
Go for it.
That we both get fitter, healthier. Okay. And I think that this person is actively working on it. Right. But I don't think their partner is. And I think that's where it becomes a touchy subject, because it goes along the lines of like being your person's nutrition coach or strength coach. Yeah. It can be kind of a minefield, because it can come across as, you don't think I'm attractive, you don't want me, you don't like me, you want me to be different than what I am. But I think what it is, at least in my experience, is it's more that, we've committed to each other, and I want us to have a long, healthy life. And so we cannot guarantee that, no, but we can do everything in our power to make that more possible, more probable. Right. Than just being like, oh, I'm young, I don't have to, and like having to like catch up later on. So what would you say to your person if that was your deepest wish?
Well, this is something I can definitely speak to, because I saw this a lot in my years of personal training, especially in the Bay Area. I would have a lot of clients. The vast majority of it tended to be my female clients and their commitment and growth with their own like personal health and well-being, and that part of it being their showing up all the time and training and getting in better shape and getting healthier, losing weight and stuff, and then trying to get their husbands going. Yeah. And then that didn't always translate well. Number one, it was, at the very least, they didn't even try beyond just an initial thing, because they had tried so many times, they just kind of gave up on it. Yeah. And usually when I heard that, after a while, I was like, probably speaks to the marriage as a whole. Yeah. And also because you would have, as a trainer, clients talk to you a lot and disclose a lot to you and vent a lot to you. So you get this picture. That's kind of, albeit one side of the story, you get this picture of what the marriage is like. So at least you get an idea of what the marriage is like for that individual, right? Yeah. So there was a lot of that. And then I did see a little bit where I had like male clients and with their wives, where they wanted their wives to train. And it was like what they struggled with was trying to figure out, like, they knew their wives were struggling in general as far as like with life. You know, they're struggling with like maybe it was depression, vision of life, dealing with like stress, all this other stuff too.
Yeah.
And they were trying to, because some of them, I can remember 2 or 3, like from a health standpoint, right? Like they weren't overweight, you know, they were in pretty good shape to begin with anyway. They were just telling them, like, look, if you just start working out, you don't have to commit to this like forever, like weight training. But if you start working out, like you're going to feel better, and at least you'll find something that's an outlet that's you're doing for yourself. And then maybe it translate into something else if you don't like this specifically. But it's better than doing nothing, right?
I am obviously biased towards strength because I mean, I would argue, rightly so, biased towards strength.
Well, yeah, but no, it was more of the concept.
No,
of
but
like
I'm just saying, like, because I have seen over and over and over and over and over again, like people will come to me and they want to like change their body composition, and it doesn't happen as often anymore. It used to happen more often, where they're like, well, I want to tone up and I want to lean out, but I don't want to bulk up. You know, like that fallacy. I don't tend to get that anymore, which is really nice. But I've seen firsthand over and over and over again how being physically stronger makes even emotional life hardships much more manageable.
Because it makes you more resilient.
Firsthand, and like myself personally, but also with my clientele, male, female, young, old, athletic, not athletic, like across the board, being stronger and being more aware of your body and space benefits you infinitely. So, and it's a fantastic outlet. And yeah, sometimes lifting can be a stress. Like you're like, oh man, this is going to be heavy. It's going to be hard, but it's okay. Again, it's leaning into those uncomfortable moments.
Okay. So, well, tying this back to the original comment, which was wanting to get healthier, but not knowing how to /
healthier.
Yeah. Not
share that wish with your person.
Yeah. How to share with your person.
Yeah.
I think the best way to approach that is, well, there's 2 ways. Number one, you know this, is this person is the person who asked this question or gave this answer, are they already doing stuff? Like, do they already do things? And the other person doesn't. So that
as far as I know.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be my thing. The first thing is start working on stuff yourself, because you can only control what you do.
This
right?
person does.
Right. Exactly. So they're already doing that. So if they're not already doing that, like if I were you, like if somebody's listening is in that situation, start with yourself.
Right.
Then
yes, exactly.
Start with yourself.
Like don't be like
don't be reliant as far as like I have to work out with my partner.
Don't be like eating your bag of Cheetos, wiping your cheese fingers on your pants, being like, you should probably start working out.
We should get healthier.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean that's fine.
I mean you can do that, but the response is going to be not so great.
Yeah. So I think number one is start with yourself. Number 2, once you've done that, then it's having a real conversation, not just a passive like, you need to start working out or you should do this or that. It should be like a real conversation about, and maybe get, depending on the other person's health, maybe get their doctor involved. Like, I think, listen, this isn't a body composition thing, even if it is a little bit, right? I don't want you to die of a heart attack at 60. I don't want you to die from heart disease. I don't want you to have type 2 diabetes, which is 100% preventable, right? I don't want you to say, I can't go for a hike with you because you're too fat, because you're too winded, because your hips are just jacked up from being overweight and immobile and not doing anything active. So the sheer, the smallest amount of activity like wrecks you for like 3 or 4 days. And we know people like that.
Yeah. I think the best way to approach that is not like you need to get more in shape. It should be that I am afraid that I'm going to lose you really, really young.
Yes.
And I don't know how I will handle that. Or
and that's truth.
I am afraid, like having a family with you is my priority, but I do not want you. I don't want to have a family if you aren't going to take care of yourself, because I don't want our kids to suffer the loss of you super young. Like it's like, and that I think in most cases, that's usually what's at the root of it is fear of losing your person prematurely.
Yeah. And I think that's even a completely valid way of talking to them about it too, because that's truthful.
Yeah. And I'm afraid, not you should do this.
Right.
It's whenever this is from therapy. Like, this is my experience. And whenever talking to somebody about something that you want to change with them, or like you're having a kind of touchy conversation, couching in terms of you and your feelings, as opposed to like, you need to, like, instead of pointing a finger and passing judgment. I feel this way. I feel like this is what my fears are, because sometimes the person can address those things, or they'll hear you in a way that they won't hear you if you're like, look, you fat ass, get off the couch. You need to move more because, you know, that butt is ever widening. Like, that's never going to go over well. You're probably going to get kicked in the throat. I mean, I would if it was me. But taking it away from the blaming and the judgment and putting it what it actually is. If it's coming from a place of love and sadness and like potential fear, then I think you should put it in those terms. And not to like guilt them, but to give them a perspective of where you're at on that particular topic. See, this is a good one. This isn't bad.
No, it was good.
I have one more. I have a couple more.
Okay, I'll throw it in there.
Throw a dirty one in there. Make us laugh. Oh God.
So this person wants an open marriage.
Oh.
Because they've already been cheating.
Oh.
And the other person does not know about it. Yeah. They think they'd be open to it. So. See, I asked follow-up questions. I wish for an open marriage. And I responded back, have you talked about this at all in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah.
No. Has there been infidelity already? Or I said experimenting first, and then I got back, what do you mean? And I said, have either one of you stepped out already? And his response was, I have multiple times. And then I responded back, does she know? He said, not that I know of.
Multiple times?
Yes, multiple times with different people.
Bruh.
So
keep your dick in your pants. If you're married and you can't keep your wandering penis in your pants.
Oh, hold on.
Sorry. Judging Judy over here. I am not putting my feeling words, and I am in this conversation. Oh my gosh.
My response
is this the guy that slept with the coworker at the Christmas party?
No. Oh, no, it's not Chuck.
My wife was mad because I slept with the coworker at the Christmas party. Oh, well,
yeah,
that
wasn't
warranted.
That was on our Facebook Live.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Right. Okay, so not him.
No. So, yeah, my first response to that would be, instead of like, I want an open marriage, there's like a lot more deeper issues there.
Yeah.
I've just from personal experience of like being married, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot more personal, like there's a lot more issues that are going on besides I just want to have an open marriage. Because if you're already cheating on your wife or spouse, you know, however you want to count it, but for this person, it's his wife, right?
Right.
If you're already cheating on them, okay, because that's not an open marriage.
No, that's cheating.
That's cheating. Yeah.
The other person is unaware.
That's
not an open marriage.
That's not an open marriage.
I'm in an open marriage because I want to be.
Do they know?
No, but it's fine.
That's not an open marriage.
No, it isn't. It's cheating.
That's mutually
and
agreed upon.
That's hurtful.
You know, not having a monogamous, Yeah. So
I mean, you're right. You can have that conversation.
Yes.
Before things escalate.
Right.
And that's possible for some people.
Sure.
It's legitimately possible for some people. It's possible, but I think this person has stepped beyond that because he's like, hey, I want to have an open marriage. By the way, I've been dipping my wick in all the ladies in town. So now you can do the same thing with all the guys. It'll be fine. And that's really more of like a way to assuage your guilt for being a dirty bird.
Well, what's funny was I didn't get a response back. Well, I followed up with basically asking, what does an open marriage mean to you?
Yeah.
Does that mean like that you get to step out, but she doesn't?
That's not an open marriage.
Does that mean you want to bring another person into the marriage?
Right.
Just like, because there's a lot of ways that can
There's a lot of ways that
for sure.
happen.
But the whole thing of I already have
an open relationship, unbeknownst to my wife.
That my wife doesn't know about.
I have lots of open relationships.
Yes.
Just she doesn't know about it.
I feel like that's got to start there first. Is
the
honesty.
Again, communication.
Because I mean, I don't know them.
No.
So
that's good.
I don't know them that well at all.
That's good because I'm going to be like,
no.
I wouldn't say anything. I never would.
This is a social media follower, not a
not a friend.
Any friends of ours now. I feel like this is a non-starter to begin with. And here's the thing. I don't even know all the details, right?
Right.
Besides, like, I don't know what the wife's like or anything like that whatsoever. But I feel like if you start with, like, I've cheated on you, I don't think open marriage is the next conversation to come.
No, and I don't think if you start with, I would like an open marriage. By the way, I've already cheated on you. Like, neither of those are going to end in the way that you want. Well, and if you put your cart before the horse, you're not going to. No.
There's two different things. There's a complete.
I mean, maybe she will, but
there's a big difference between being scared to talk about wanting to at least
something that you maybe see as taboo or uncomfortable.
Right. Just so you even have the conversation. Right. So like saying like, I want to pursue I want to talk about the idea of an open marriage.
Right.
Okay. Versus cheating on your partner. Mm-hmm. Okay. And saying, this is what I feel like after having the back and forth. Mm-hmm. I feel like it sounds to me that there are a lot of issues there and that person cheated multiple times and their outlet or their out is, I want an open marriage to kind of justify it.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I followed up also with, my last follow-up was, if you have the conversation about the open marriage first and she's open to it, are you going to tell her about cheated. The past infidelities, right? Indiscretions, basically.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a response back. So,
because that's an uncomfortable answer.
It is. Yeah. So that's, I don't know. I think that's, I think we both stand in the same spot on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Yep.
We do.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you a serious one. Then you can give me another.
Okay.
Peanut gallery one. I have a cute one.
Okay.
I want a farm with fruits and vegetables, but mostly flowers. Mm-hmm. And
I want a farm with fruits and vegetables, but mostly flowers.
Like they want to have like a.
They want a garden.
No, they want a flower farm. Gardening is different. Garden is different than like having enough.
What's a flower farm?
Well, you know how you get flowers at the store.
Oh, so you provide flowers like as an outlet for. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I'm moving because my butt's on fire from the heater.
Eating the crap out of the table. That's cool.
Whatever. And so I would say to that person that is not a scary wish to have, and you should share it because maybe they can make that other person will be open to doing it. I didn't do it. My microphone just fell off. I don't know how to fix it.
I have so many jokes right now, and I'm not.
Dude, don't be gross.
Just hold it. Just hold it right now. Okay. Just put it by your mouth. There you go.
Oh, there we go. You put it by your fucking mouth.
I had to get one in.
Fucking pervert.
I feel like you want to throw that at me.
I might.
Here, you take it.
Yeah, you put it in your hand.
Put it in your butt.
You are disgusting.
No, the
fucking gross.
The previous one.
All right.
Anyway.
All right. So
see, towards the end is where it goes downhill.
I say if you have a desire for something sweet and simple like that, then you share it. I don't.
What are we talking about? Oh,
she wants a garden.
The garden.
She wants a little farm with a garden and little creatures.
Do you know the situation if they have do they have property ready to have?
I know where they live.
Yeah. Do they have room for that? Would doing that mean? Does she already have like a career?
Mm-hmm. She does.
So
I don't know what he does. I know what she does.
Would doing that mean she would leave her career? She wants to leave her career and do that.
I don't think she would have to.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know all the particulars.
Sure.
But I do know what her job is.
Yeah.
And I know whereabouts she lives, and it is something that is feasible where she lives.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty simple and straightforward.
That's a sweet one. And then I have a longer one. But
actually, you know what? Real quick.
Sure.
I would say if she hasn't had the conversation with him yet, I would say if she hasn't already, what would help is having some logistical information beforehand. as far as
kind of like a budget or like a plan.
Well, yeah, like I want to have a flower farm. Let's say it's going to be on their existing property.
Right.
Okay. All right. I want to have a flower farm. Right. Where do you want to put it? How much space you're going to use? What?
Where do you want to put it?
Say pooch.
I said,
See, this is why you can't get mad at me.
Yeah, I can.
No, because you make the same jokes.
No, not the same.
No, totally the same.
Not the same.
Yeah, how much space you want to use? Is there a startup cost?
Right.
Do you have is it something you want to do for fun? Is it a business plan? Like those. So just a little bit of information just to have that.
What? You go back in the house. What do you need, baby? Go back in the house. Don't kiss Baba. No.
No. Not now. I'm almost done, babe. Go inside.
Interruption number 12,054 by our children.
I don't even want to bother editing it. Actually, oh wait, no.
Don't edit it.
No, I can now. I have paid assistants.
Oh, that's right.
I don't have to do this shit no more. Woo!
Cool. Okay.
Okay. Where were we? Yeah. So have a plan, and then at least have some information, so it's not just this kind of thing like what I would love to do. Have
a conversation with your person before you even make a big hard plan to see if they're even open to the idea.
Sure.
Because
I can see both ends.
If you I could put together this 10-point plan.
No. I didn't mean like an SBA loan pitch. I meant have some information. That's all I said.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Ask if the person is even open to the idea before you put in a ton of work. That's how I feel about it.
I would say have at least some information and then have that.
I would say have a conversation before you have much of a plan.
Okay.
You have an idea and you say, hey, if we did this, would this be something you'd be interested in? Because putting a bunch of work into a plan when they're like, absolutely not. I will never do that. Cows are terrible. Flowers give me hay fever. They're the worst things ever. Like you don't want to go there. You know what I mean? You don't want to put all that work in. So it's a simple conversation. It doesn't need to be intimidating. Do you have another peanut gallery one?
Yeah, hold on. There was one about I want to quit my job as an engineer and pursue MMA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's legitimate if you have any kind of skill. Does this person have any kind of skill? Are they?
Some from what I see. Again, this is another social media follower.
Okay.
I 100%. I would say disagree without knowing all the details because I got no follow up from this person. So I would say this: anything that is where you have a family, and this person does, they have a wife and they have, I think he said 2 kids.
Okay.
So you have a family and you're the primary
provider,
right? Okay. So without knowing their financial situation as far as quitting, what they have in the bank, revenue, that kind of stuff too, right? You can do whatever you want, but if you want to do it responsibly, make sure there's a plan in place to at least not replace the revenue, because that's not going to happen up front, but at least cover the expenses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To where, because that's going to be a tough sell. Like you have people that have professions and also compete at a high level in MMA. It's tough and it's difficult, but it's done. Right. But to switch completely to something where you only get paid when you fight, and unless you're at the high level, and even at the high level, some of those guys aren't making a lot of money unless they're a big draw. And so, I mean, I would say unless you have money in the bank to kind of cover your expenses going forward for the foreseeable future, it's probably not the best bet. Like you could do both. He can stay as an engineer and pursue MMA.
I would say if you can't to advance your training while having a job, you're not going to have the time to advance your training while not having a job. That's how I feel about it. If you don't want it enough to make it a part of your daily life now and take an amateur fight and do something like a Whim to Warrior, then you not working is not a plan.
Yeah.
And is not like a way to make sure you get more training time. Like if you really want to train, you will train. Yeah. If you really want it, if it's your dream, then you will make it happen. There's like Julia Avila Raging Panda.
Yeah.
She has a job.
Yeah, of course.
She also coaches. She also fights in the UFC.
Yeah.
She's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. She lifts.
Yeah.
She does all the things. She doesn't have kids. No, but she has a husband.
Right.
And they both work. And there's lots of people that do that.
Yeah. Well, shoot, Stipe's a firefighter.
Yeah.
He's a UFC heavyweight champ 2 times. Yeah, that's I would say that's a little bit more of a selfish move versus because you can pursue that and still maintain your job. And again, I'm saying this without knowing their financial situation.
Right.
You know, I mean, who knows?
They could be rolling.
Yeah. He'd get $1 million in the bank and like, dude, I don't have to work for the next 3 years.
Right. And then that's a plan.
And, like, that's great.
That's a plan. That's a plan that means something you thought out.
100%.
And you go, I'm going to give 3 years to this dream. And then I'm going to see where it goes.
But you definitely need
that's
to have,
a plan.
That is something I think that you definitely need to have some logistical planning done before you have that conversation with your spouse.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, there's also, you can do it gradually. It's like anything. You can go, okay, well, I'm not just going to roll and do cap class. I'm going to do striking. I'm going to do a wimp to warrior, or I'm going to do this, that, or the other thing to see where I'm at.
And to me, it sounded like it was less to do with pursuing MMA because he's already, taking some amateur fights and is training right now. It sounds more like it has more to do with the fact that he's not happy with his career choice and what he's doing now.
There is that too.
And that's fine.
Legitimate.
That's good. Change your career. If you don't like what you're doing, change it. Right? Just again, when you
have a plan,
when you're by yourself, you have no spouse, you have no children, you have nobody that relies on you financially. Do whatever you want. Quit tomorrow if you want to. It doesn't really matter, right? Just have a plan to cover your expenses. Yeah. So
yeah,
cool. Yeah, that was
have a plan.
Yeah.